The next thing I have on here is going to be your collar. When I started all this was just a little dog open reed mouth call from Primos, and I've killed a lot of coyotes with that call. But when you're hunting at night, it can be a lot to where, especially if you're trying to scan, you're not scanning when you're calling because you're preoccupied with using your mouth call, as opposed to with the electric collar, you can sit there and play sounds and continue scanning. Another benefit to it as well is, I can make sounds with that electronic collar that I can't make with my mouth call. And collars now have extensive sound lists that you can have. You can make pretty much any sound you want. You can change the volumes and things like that pretty easily. But the electronic collar is something I recommend. When you look at your collar choice, just find something that, this price is anywhere from $100, $200 up to $500, $600, $700. Find one that works for you. If you're predominantly in close stuff and tight quarters and things like that, you don't need to have a collar that has a super huge speaker and performs at a very, very long distance. But if you're out west or big open areas, you may want something that has a little bit better sound performance, especially if it's windy at night. You can cut through that wind pretty easily. But choosing an electronic collar, I went to one and I have enjoyed it. I have a Lucky Duck Roughneck. The remote works good. The collar works good. So I've been happy with that. But I still always carry a mouth call. Doesn't matter how good your collar is, you're going to have issues with it. There's times where the remote's not reaching, or the batteries die halfway through the set, and different things that, problems that you have with electronics. So I always have a mouth call on my kit ready to be used at any time. Also, if you're playing pretty much the same sounds and everybody else in your area is playing the same sounds, you'd be surprised how easy it is to pick up on those sounds. I've had times where I've let off a howl and I've heard somebody cut loose a collar on the other side of the field, like where some houses or something was, and I could be like, yep, I know exactly what sound they're making. They're playing TNT. I can tell by the pitch and everything like that. So especially if you have coyotes that the hunting pressure is high and they've been called to, for years and potentially multiple times throughout the year, they're smart. They're going to pick up on that stuff as well. So the hand call allows you to make a call that no one else can make. It's very, very personal to you and how you use your call and how the sounds you make and the pitch and everything like that. It's very, very personal to you. So you'd be surprised how, just changing if I let out a lone howl with my collar, and then the next time I go out there, I'm going to do a lone howl with my mouth call. So it's just a different type of pitch, and it could potentially sound different to that coyote, and he's not as educated. So that's electronics versus mouth call. And going into battery life is a huge thing. Anytime you have electronics, you have to have a solution for batteries. The Roughneck is really good. The battery pack is not something I like too much. It's kind of difficult to quickly change batteries, and it takes 12. But I have the rechargeable battery pack from them now as well. So that is predominantly what I'm using. But if you have a plethora of double A's or rechargeable double A's, or that's the system you're using, by all means. But if you're hunting all season long nights, you're going to start burning batteries pretty quick. So look at a collar that has a rechargeable battery pack. As far as carrying your collar to and from set, what I've used to do was have a piece of 550 cord on it and a carabiner. I just clip it onto my belt, and that has been really good because I clip it on anywhere, and it's just dangling off my kit, and I don't have to hand carry it. But what I've done recently is I took just standard plastic, clips that you get just about anywhere, and I made a loop that goes onto my belt with the female end, and then I took that 550 cord and tied on the male end to my collar. So now it's plastic. It's not cold. It's not near as loud. And I can quickly clip it off, set it down, and when I'm done, I can clip it on, and it's on my waist or anywhere else I'm carrying it. So collars, they can be very expensive, they could be inexpensive. I would probably shy away from some cheap collars just because the sound quality is not going to be good. You can't add in additional sounds later on with like an SD card. But if you're in tight quarters and you're playing predominantly like squeaks and rodents and rabbits and stuff, that may be an option for you. So I would probably find somewhere in that mid range, that $200 to $300 range of collar to get you the performance that you want.